Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jai Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Welcome everybody for joining today's Saturday feast class at Iskcon Burlington. Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. So first we'll start with the short Mangalacharan. Om Gyan Timrandhasya Gyana Janshalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapadantikam. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarane Vancha Kalpatrubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayamcha Patita Nam Pavane Bhayo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Nama. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Now you can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So we have been reading today chapter 4. Verse number is 4, 5 and 6. These are the 3 verses we'll cover today. So before I start with the verse 4, and before we start reading the verse and the purport by Srila Prabhupada, we'll take a little brief background how we are coming to that verse 4. First, we can have the connection back from chapter 3. In chapter 3, there was important verse regarding the lust, which we discussed a couple of weeks ago. And it was explained in chapter 3 that lust covers our knowledge. And at the end, this ignorance, because the knowledge is covered, that ignorance binds us in the material world. That was the sum and substance of that verse. And how to get that knowledge back, that was also given in chapter 3, that by dutifully doing your detached work in the Karma Yoga, that is the means to get the real knowledge, which we call it as a transcendental knowledge. This chapter is titled as Transcendental Knowledge. So thus chapter 3 has glorified the transcendental knowledge, which will be discussed in this chapter. So what glorification is done in chapter 3? But the transcendental knowledge, it says that this transcendental knowledge, once you get this knowledge, it helps us to elevate us from our Sakam Karma Yoga to the Nishkam Karma Yoga, that we come to the selfless service in that dedication to the Lord Krishna. And also that knowledge will give us the intelligence to strengthen so that we can overcome our lusty desires. That is what the transcendental knowledge will give us. And third thing was that this knowledge will also help us to purify us, purify our consciousness, which is in the passion mode to the goodness mode. So that is what the transcendental knowledge will do. Other than that, in chapter 3, there is a verse 30, it was further mentioned that to perform the highest level of karma yoga, you have to surrender all works to Krishna. Now, if we say we have to surrender everything to Krishna, then we must know who Krishna is. So this is chapter 4 will also give this knowledge that who Krishna is. So that is the importance of the chapter 4. Then when the chapter 4 was started, the first 3 verses, first verse was giving the importance. What is the importance of this transcendental knowledge? And there it was explained in verse 1 first that this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, knowledge of this is given to everybody from the beginning. And there the Krishna mentioned that it was started from the sun god, Surya Dev. That was the first disciple. First knowledge was given to him. Thereafter it came down. Then in the verse 2, it was given the parampara system, that how the knowledge is passed in parampara system from one to another. This got disciplic succession. Then in verse 3, it was mentioned that who is entitled to get this knowledge. So very important was mentioned was that Arjun has a qualification to get this knowledge. What qualification Arjun has? What qualification Arjun has? Specific qualification. Anybody want to point out? He is a devotee and friend of Krishna. So first let us understand, Krishna has so many friends. Why Krishna only picked up one friend, Arjun, to give this knowledge? That there must be something special. He has so many other friends, coward boys, all these friends were there. But he picked up only Arjun. Why? Because he was also surrendered to Krishna. He was a bhagat, devotee to Krishna. So if we learn one thing from this point, that Arjuna was able to get this transcendental knowledge from Krishna only because he was his good friend. In the real life, we also see, we all have friends, right? We all have friends. And the friends are of 4 types. If we carefully examine, we have 4 types of friends. In Hindi, Punjabi, we call it as, one friend is called battar. If somebody understands, the battar means he's a bad person, right? He's called a battar friend, right? He's a bad. So we know all, we do come across in our real life some people who are really bad. Whatever way the badness is there, we're not talking about that, but we know. So those friends are called battar. So it's all up to us how much association we want to have those battar friends. Right? So that is one category of friends. Second category of friends is called samtar. Samtar means equal. Equal means they have almost the same level of knowledge, same level of success, same level of thinking what you have. They are called samtar. Some level is samtar. Equal level. So we all see, right? When we do we all internally do the comparison. This Prabhu, this Mataji is almost same, but and third level is called Behtar. Behtar is better. Behtar is Hindi word, right? Better. They are the better. We know they are more successful, either materially, spiritually, or some way. They are the better skills. They are the Behtar friends. So we normally try to associate more with those people, Behtar people, so that we also get the association from them and we learn from them. So Battar, Samtar, and Behtar. Fourth level is called Mahattar. Mahattar is the person who is the supreme. He is the ideal friend. That friend, he is like a friend you're also. With the friend you can play, you can talk anything in confidentiality, but that friend has some additional quality. That if the need arises, that friend can help you to uplift you.
can guide you, he can refine you, and he, if required, can also act like your guru. Right? We do all come across sometimes, we have one friend like this, where we can talk confidentially, and that friend has this capability and quality that if we are saying something wrong, that man will say, no, Prabhu, you are doing wrong. This is your mistake. He has that guts to tell us that we are wrong. I am wrong. He's not saying yes, yes, man. He's not a yes man. That is real, true friend as a Mahatma. So we all have to do our own introspection. That do we have any that kind of friend in our life? Trust me, if we do that introspection, we only need one Mahatma friend. If we have that kind of friend, then definitely one day we'll get the same spiritual knowledge from that person. If the need arises, if we are going in the wrong direction, sometimes we're not following the right practices, that person will be able to intervene us, help us uplift our consciousness. So we all have to learn. If we learn from this verse, it's not the Arjuna. We always say that this Gita is not spoken to Arjuna. It is spoken to me. Yes. So if Arjuna was able to get this transcendental knowledge because he has that Mahatma friend, so similarly, we have to find out who is Mahatma in our life. Who is that friend? Pick up that friend. If not there, have that association more with that friend. And how you can strengthen the association with that kind of friend? Rupa Goswami has given ways, 3 ways. What ways are there? You can exchange gift with that person, you can give prasadam to that person, and you can talk confidentially with that person. You can share your confidential things. That person will keep your confidence. So that is how you can strengthen your relationship with that person. So choice lies with us what kind of life we want and what kind of association we have. Now we'll go for the verse number 4. Now verse number 4 basically is that when Krishna said that this knowledge I have given to son, Vivasan, Arjuna, a question came to his mind. Krishna, you are almost of my age, and son God Vivasan is too old. You're talking about so many years in life so bad. How is that you gave this knowledge to him? That was the question came to him. So let us see what a verse says and what Srila Prabhupada says on that, and then we'll discuss on that. Who wants to read? Yeah, Prabhupada, you want to read, Prabhu? Yes? Yeah. You are here after a long time, so you must get the opportunity.
Arjuna said, the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna is an accepted devotee of the Lord, so how could he not believe Krishna's words? The fact is that that Arjuna is not inquiring for himself, but for those who do not believe in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or the demons who do not like the idea that Krishna should be accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For them only, Arjuna inquires on this point, as if he were himself not aware of the personality of Godhead or Krishna. As it will be evident from the 10th chapter, Arjuna knew perfectly well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the fountainhead of everything, and the last word in transcendence. Of course, Krishna also appeared as the son of Devaki on this earth. How Krishna remained the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, the eternal original person, is very difficult for an ordinary man to understand. Therefore, to clarify this point, Arjuna put this question before Krishna so that he himself could speak authoritatively. That Krishna is the supreme authority is accepted by the whole world, not only at present, but from time immemorial, and the demons alone reject him. Anyway, since Krishna is the authority accepted by all, Arjuna put this question before him in order that Krishna would describe himself without being depicted by the demons, who always try to distort him in a way understandable to the demons and their followers. It is necessary that everyone, for his own interest, know the science of Krishna. Therefore, when Krishna himself speaks about himself, it is auspicious for all the worlds. To the demons, such explanations by Krishna himself may appear to be strange because the demons always study Krishna from their own standpoint. But those who are devotees heartily welcome the statement
eternal form of bliss and knowledge, that he is transcendental, and that he is above the denomination of the modes of material nature and above the influence of time and space. A devotee of Krishna, like Arjuna, is undoubtedly above any misunderstanding of the transcendental position of Krishna. Arjuna's putting this question before the Lord is simply an attempt by the devotee to defy the atheistic attitude of persons who consider Krishna to be an ordinary human being, subject to the modes of material nature. Wonderful. Thank you, Prabhu. So first, let us see what Srila Prabhupada is saying on that. First question is, why this Arjuna question about the doubt? The explanation is given like this. Number one, to defy the demonic and atheistic people who can say that Krishna is an ordinary person. That is one argument. And second, Arjuna wants that Krishna to speak with authority. And when Krishna will speak, then his speech is obviously very auspicious and will be auspicious for everybody. And devotees always welcome and want to listen what Krishna says. And they are always eager to hear more and more about Krishna. This Arjuna is not asking that he has any doubt on Krishna's position, but he is asking basically from the point of view so that demonic can understand that Krishna is the supreme. One important learning which I felt from this verse, other than what Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, is this. Prabhu, can we read the translation again? Arjuna said, the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? Yes, one second. How am I to understand this? See, in our life, whenever we sit in Bhagavad Gita class or in any class, it always happens sometimes. Certain things either we understand or we don't understand. These are two things, right? If we don't understand, if we accept it without understanding, then it means we are the blind followers. You don't understand, but you still follow it, whether I have understood or not. That is one way of approach. Second approach is that I have not understood, then it means reject it. Anything which I cannot understand, it is not of my money. There is two approaches. But here, Arjuna is teaching us that if something you don't understand, you must ask, you must question it. But ask and question with the humility. Ask and question with the humility. So how he is asking the question? Very important point to learn here. He's saying, how am I to understand? How am I to understand? Now see, for example, there are two ways I will ask the question. Have all of you understood what I am saying? Am I able to explain it for you to understand? There's two different lines. In the first line, when I say, have you understood what I'm saying? It means the responsibility lies upon you to understand what I'm saying. Or silent, unspoken message maybe. So Prabhuji have understood what I'm saying. So that is a silent message you are giving to other person, that are you so dumb that you don't understand I'm saying in simpler words? But if I say the same thing, am I able to explain what I'm saying? Then the responsibility lies upon me to explain it in such a way that you understand it. Responsibility lies upon me, right? So this is a very important, I feel, even while sitting here also, when we ask, we don't have to challenge anybody. Everybody has this different level of understanding. I prepared the class, read it, so my understanding today may be different, but tomorrow it will be different. I may not know all those things. So, but that's the less. Similarly, when we ask the question, here again, we'll see, this message that his knowledge is given to Vivasan was told by Krishna in the first verse. But Arjuna waited for two verses, 4.2 and 4.3. He's asking in 4. having the patience. So similarly, as an audience also, when we are listening to the class, sometimes a question may come on mind. We should have the patience, reserve the question. That is why Srila Prabhupada has set the system that after the end of the class, you should ask the question. We should not interrupt in between so that the speaker, whatever he's speaking in a certain flow, let him continue. Maybe the question which you have in mind, that will be answered, that will be covered later on by the speaker. So one, from the audience point of view, we should have that patience. But yes, similarly, if you have the question, definitely ask the question. But with the humility, with the submissive way, not with the challenging mode. That is what the lesson we can learn from here, from this. Even subsequently, when we go in the chapter 4, the qualities are given that how you should ask the question. You should ask the question in a submissive way, and you serve the Guru. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnaya sevaya. We try to understand by approaching the spiritual master and with the submissive inquiries and by rendering service to him. That is the way to ask the question. So as Arjuna was curious to know the secret of this knowledge, similarly, if the devotee is curious to understand this knowledge, then definitely he can ask the question to his spiritual master, he can ask to his Shiksha Guru, and definitely he will get the answer. It at all depends how much surrender you are. Curious means how surrender you are, how you are asking in a submissive way, with the intent of learning, or with just the intent of questioning. There is a difference. Your intent is challenging way, or intent is a submissive way to know it with the surrender mode. If that mode is different, then definitely you will definitely get the answer for that. That is why each person who listens the class takes the advantage in a different way. Because it all depends in what mode we are listening to the class, in what mode we are getting the message. If our mood is surrender mode, submissive mood, we'll definitely get the message. If the mood is a challenging mood, then we will not get the same message. So that is why each person listens the same message in a different way and understands in a different way. It all depends on the mood. Now let us see what says in 4.5. Now the Krishna has the opportunity to speak. Anybody from the Mataji? Mataji, you want to read? First 4.5. Then let us read. It's plain English. Huh? If you find difficult to read Sanskrit, you can leave it. That's okay. You can read translation. Is okay? It is a little long, but I will stop you in between. So you can start reading it. Okay? Please.
The personality of Godhead said, many, many words.
Which one you are reading? Sorry. 4.5. The blessed Lord. Yeah. Oh, she died. Okay. Maybe in my book it's a different wording. Okay. Okay. Please. Sorry. I'm sorry.
The personality of Godhead said, many, many words both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot. O subduer of the enemy. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is the origin personal, absolute, infallible, without beginning. Although expanded into unlimited forms, he is still the same original, the oldest, and the person always appearing as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, all-knowing forms of the Lord are usually not understood by even the best Vedic scholars, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, Arjuna is one of these devotees, and in this verse, it is understood that some million of years ago, when Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to the sun god Vivasana, Arjuna in different capacity was also present. But the difference between the Lord and the Arjuna is that the Lord remembered the incident whereas Arjuna could not remember. That's the difference between the part and parcel, living entity and the Supreme Lord. Although Arjuna is addressed herein as the mighty hero who could subdue the enemies, he is unable to recall what had happened in his various past worlds. Therefore, a living entity, however great he may be in the material estimation, can never equal the Supreme Lord. Anyone who is constant companion of the Lord is certainly a liberated person, but he cannot be equal to the Lord.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's give a pause. So if we see in this verse, Krishna has addressed Arjuna in two names. First name is, the first line says Arjuna, and the second name is mentioned as Prantapa. So what is the meaning of Arjun? Arjun is the person who is very straight, pure, consciousness person, spotless. That is the quality of Arjuna. And Prantapa means the person who can overpower any enemies. So strong, so powerful person. So here Krishna is explaining him, look Arjun, even though you are a pure person, you are so powerful also, but still you cannot overcome the power of forgetfulness, which we get once we pass or change the bodies. We cannot get that forgetfulness there. We all will forget once we leave this body what is happening today, what are the class we're listening today, who are my father, who is my mother, who is my children, everything we'll forget. Indirectly, that is also for our benefit also. Krishna has made the arrangement for our benefit also. If we remember that thing, perhaps it will be difficult for us to live in this life. So he is trying to say that does not matter whosoever you are there, everybody ultimately at the end of the day will forgetful. You cannot overcome that part. There is a difference. Srila Prabhupada in one of the class gave the example, realize that as a king is sitting on a throne and all of a sudden some bug came and sit on the same throne, does it mean that the king and the bug are of the same level? No, just because they are sitting on the same throne does not mean they are at the same level. Similarly, even though Arjuna and Krishna, they are friends, playing together, eating together, talking together, but they are not of the same level. There is a difference. Bug has its constitutional position that he will bite, and king has a constitutional position that he will rule, right? And he will protect the citizens. So similarly, Arjuna has different constitutional position, and Lord Krishna has a different position. So that is what he's trying to explain in this verse. That there is always a difference between a living entity and Krishna. We should not underestimate that part. Similarly, as there is a difference between the living entity and the Krishna, similarly, there is a very important thing when we read this 10 offenses. Anybody want to say what are the 10 offenses? Yes? To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated lives in the propagation of the Lord. Second is to consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. And third is to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. I've seen sometimes the people stop at this line and then they go for the fourth. This third offense is his person to consider the spiritual master as an ordinary person. That is also an offense. The spiritual master is not an ordinary person. As Krishna is not an ordinary person, similarly, spiritual master should also not be treated as an ordinary person. Just sometimes we are very close to the spiritual master. We talk to him on the phone, we sit close to him, we eat together, we talk together, we have so many meetings and other things. It does not mean that he is an ordinary person. We must understand the difference between us and the spiritual master. Then we will be able to get true, proper, transcendental knowledge from him. The way here Arjuna and Krishna, there's different. Similarly, between us and the spiritual master, that difference is definitely there. Right? Now let us go to the next verse, verse number 6. So, is Chaitanya Prabhu, you want to read it? Because you are very rare in the class, so we must take the full advantage. So we may not read the whole verse, but I'll stop you in between. Yeah, please.
Although I am unborn, my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. The Lord has spoken about the particularities of his birth. Although he may appear like an ordinary person, he remembers everything of his many, many past births, whereas a common man cannot remember what he has done even a few hours before. If someone is asked what he did exactly at the same time one day earlier, it would be very difficult for a common man to answer immediately. He would surely have to dredge his memory to recall what he has done exactly at the same time one day before. And yet men often dare to claim to be God or Krishna. One should not be misled by such meaningless claims. Then again, the Lord explains, he is Prakriti. For his form, Prakriti means nature, as well as Swarup, or one's own form. The Lord says that he appears in his own body. He does not change his body, as the common living entity changes from one body to another. The conditioned soul may have one kind of body in the present birth, but he has different in the next birth. In the material world, the living entity has no fixed body, but transmigrates from one body to another. The Lord, however, does not do so. Whenever he appears, he does so in the same original body by his eternal potency. In other words, Krishna appears in this material world in his original eternal form, with two hands holding flutes. He appears exactly in his eternal body, uncontaminated by this material world. Although he appears in the same transcendental body, he is the Lord of the universe. It still appears that he takes his birth like an ordinary living entity. And although his body does not deteriorate like a material body, it still appears that Lord Krishna grows from childhood to boyhood and from boyhood to youth. But astonishingly enough, he never ages beyond youth. At the time of the Battle of Kurukshetra, he had many grandchildren at home, or in other words, he had sufficiently aged by material calculation. Still, he looked just like a young man, 20 or 25 years old. We never see a picture of Krishna in old age because he never grows old like us, although he is the oldest person in the whole creation, past, present, and future. Neither his body nor his intelligence ever deteriorate or change. Therefore, it is clear that in spite of his being in the material world, he is the same unborn eternal form of bliss and knowledge, changeless in his transcendental body and intelligence. Actually, his appearance and disappearance are like the sun rising, moving before us, and then disappearing from our eyesight. When the sun is out of sight, we think that the sun has set. And when the sun is before our eyes, we think the sun is on the horizon. Actually, the sun is always in its fixed position. But owing to our defective, insufficient senses, we calculate the appearance and disappearance of the sun in the sky. And because Lord Krishna's appearance and disappearance are commonly different from that of any ordinary common living entity, it is evident that he is eternal, that he is eternal blissful knowledge by his eternal potency, and he is never contaminated by material nature. But it is also confirmed that his body is unborn, yet he appears to take his birth in multi-manifestations. The Vedic supplementary literatures also confirm that even though the Lord appears to be taking his birth, he is still without change of the body.
Yes, we will pause. Thank you, Prabhu. So in this verse, there is a description of 6 things. What are those 6 things? 3 things belong to God, And two things belong to his power. And the last one is his manifestation. What are those three things which belong to God? Number one, he is unborn, birthless. That's relating to God. And second thing, he is imperishable. And third is he is the Lord of all beings. These are the three matters which are talked about God. And then two matters are talked about God's power. Power is, one is Prakriti, nature, and second is the Yogamaya, divine potency of the God. Two powers. And last one is about his manifestation, how he manifests. So let's go one by one. The first we're talking about, he is unborn, birthless. It means he is without birth and death. He does not have any birth. He is appeared and disappearance. Now, in spite of that he is birthless, but he still manifests himself. And in spite of his being imperishable, he still conceals himself from us. So both his manifestation and his concealment are basically his pastimes only. Now, as a living entity, we do not manifest before our birth. We do not know what we were there. And we do not manifest after our death. We manifest only for a certain period when we are born, and when we die. During that period we manifest, like all we are manifested now. So after death, where we'll go, nobody knows that part. Before birth, where we were, nobody knows. We were never. But Lord, on the other side, is always manifest. So there the example is given, like for the sun. Sun is always there. Today the sun is here, but when you are in India, you are not able to see the same sun. But sun is there. When the night comes, we are not able to see the sun, but somebody else in a different part of the world is able to see the sun. The sun is there. Only our senses are limited because of those circumstances. We are not able to see the sun. The Lord, same way the Lord has manifested in different part, but only we are not able to see. The Lord manifests. Now, where the Lord manifests, how the Lord is concealed, it is all Lord's wish. But in our case, that choice is not with us. Now, as a living entity, we take birth under nature, based on our past karmas. We may be born in Canada, India, America, or as a human, or as a god, or anything. And then over a period of time, we grow, we become old, and then we haribol, right? Yeah. It all happened with all of us. Maybe after 50 years, we won't see half of the people sitting in the same class, right? But as far as the Lord is concerned, He manifests as per His will, not based on His karma. If He wants to manifest, He will manifest. If He doesn't want to manifest, doesn't manifest. How He wants to manifest, that is also His choice. He can come out from a pillar, and He can come out from any animal, or He can come out from any womb. It all His choice. And then our body change. Here can go, can turn white, all those things, right? Knees pain can start, but he doesn't have any knees pain. He always remains young. Doesn't need any doctor. We'll still, as Prabhupada is saying, that we never see the old picture of Krishna, like old, having a beard and all those things, right? Even though Krishna lived for how many years? 125 years. Still we see everywhere is young. And Lord Rama lived for how many years? Anybody has idea how many years Lord Rama lived? I was just 1,000? 12,000. Yeah, very close to the number, but I read is okay, says. What I was reading is that he ruled for 13,000 years after returning from forest. 13,000 years he ruled. Yeah. So if for 13,000 years he lived, and still always we see the same picture. We don't see him the old, very old, otherwise he would have much more knee pains. Right? So that is the quality of the Lord. Right? I remembered knee pain because I have the pain. And then third level point he talked about is the God is that he is the Lord of all beings. Despite being the Lord, despite he takes a child as he becomes a child when he incarnate, but still he has all the Lord's powers. As a child, how many days he was there when he killed Putana? Only 6 days old when he killed Putana. So that powers, he has the powers, even though he's a baby, small baby. But he has all those powers. And in beginning of his life only, he killed all these big demons, Agasura, Trinavarta, Bakasura, all those, even though he was a child, but he still has all the Lord's powers. Because he's the Lord of all beings, right? And at the age of 7, he picked up the Govardhan, right? So this is all because of his Lord's powers. He's the Lord of everything. So as being a Lord, he can do any job, anything, small or big. He did the menial job for Arjuna, becoming a chariot driver for him. And simultaneously, the need arises, he became spiritual master, guru, and he gave this transcendental knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. He has a lot. Just see, on the one side, he is having that liberty to become the chariot driver. On the other side, he is still the Lord. He has that power. He has that this potential and capability that he has those powers, that he is delivering that message. Similarly, Lord Rama, he followed the instruction of his father. He went to the forest. But does it mean that he doesn't have those Lord's powers? He still has the Lord's powers, right? Much more than what Dashrath has. So those powers are there. Because the quality is that the Lord he's the Lord of all beings. He's the Lord of everything. Just because he's a child doesn't mean, just he came from the pillar doesn't mean that he's the animal. So he's the power. So this is about the 3 things about the Lord. Then we talk about the 2 things we talked about the Lord's powers. The one power is the divine power, and second is the Prakriti, nature. Divine power. Now the Lord power is different power, not like ours. We may be in the different modes of nature, goodness, passion, ignorance. Our powers may be different, but the Lord's power is the divine, transcendental power. And that power manifests with him, along with him, which is Srimati Radharani. His divine power will always remain with him. And other power, which is the nature, Lord, that is also Lord's power. It's not material power, is nature, but which is not different from God. It is the same, and it comes with him, but it is not with him. I mean, we don't see it. It is like fire has 2 powers. What are the 2 powers? One is to give you light, and second is to give you heat. Fire can give you light as well as give you heat. The first light, it removes the darkness. And when it gives you heat, you can use it for cooking or for heating, right? Now, both these powers, in the real sense, are available in the fire, but they are also different from fire, right? We may see it, we may not see it. Like, you have the matchbox when we do the arti, right? The matchbox has a stick inside. So that has the potential for fire. To give you light and heat both. But that fire is not revealed. So long the matchsticks are inside the matchbox and it is not used, that fire is not revealed. Only once we use it, then it will reveal it. So similarly, the Lord's power, when it's a Lord's discretion, they can be revealed. Otherwise, those powers are this. Nature has, Prakriti has those powers. It's all coming from the Lord only. If something happens wrong in our life, any adversities happen in life, understand fundamentally who is responsible for that. Who is responsible for that? Lord is responsible. Lord has the hand in that. Nothing can happen without his consent. If something wrong happened in our life, don't blame anything. It is Krishna's arrangement. I remember sometimes I was listening something the Amitabh Bachchan used to say, that his father used to advise him that if something happens to in your life what you want, तो अच्छा है, but if something does not happen what you want, तो बहुत ही अच्छा है. He was saying that मुझे समझ नहीं आता था how he saying कि जो कुछ मैं चाहता हूँ वो नहीं हुआ तो बहुत अच्छा है. He said if something which you want, if that is not happening, it means that is happening because of the divine will. And divine will will be much better than your own will. We may not be able to understand. So that is why if some adversities happen in the life, take it as a message from the Lord that this is all Krishna's will, Krishna's arrangement, and we should just accept it. We shouldn't try to blame what it happened to me, why it happened to me, why, who, rather than pinpointing to somebody else. Understand, this is all Krishna's plan, Krishna's plan. And we all get these adversities in our life. We all get. We may talk and we may not talk, that's a different issue. But if we do our own introspection, we all get adversities in our life. And we all generally, by and large, have sometimes the tendency to blame and put the buck on the other person. But we should accept that this is a Krishna's hand, Krishna's power. Okay? So if we summarize this verse, as I said, today this world is like a Gen Z's world. I don't want any shortcut answer. So Krishna's saying that he is eternal and he remembers his past, present and future. And on the other side, the living entity, he is eternal, but he has a tendency to forget. Right? And Krishna, he remembers his all births because his body does not change. His body does not deteriorate. His body remains same. Whereas, as a living entity, we tend to forget and our body changes from old age, from birth, growth, youth, and then old age, then Haribol. And Krishna appeared with his own will. He does not come with his nature, he does not come because of his karma, he his own will. And we are forced to appear as per our karma. We don't have the choice. Who should be my next parent? We have no choice, right? Then Krishna's body is transcendental and our body is material and perishable, and definitely the pain will start, okay? And in Krishna's body, there is no difference between the body and the soul. But in our living entity, there is a difference in the body and the soul. Soul acquires body depending upon our karma. The difference will always be there. So that's the difference. So this is the sum and substance of this verse. So this is very important. This 4.5 and 4.6 talked basically about appearance and disappearance of the Lord. And when we will go further in the next verses, which we'll read in the next class, 4.78, where it calls what is the time of appearance, when the Lord appears. And then it calls, next 4.8 will call for the purpose of appearance, why he appeared. So those will be discussed by the next speaker in the next class, that when he appeared and why he appeared. So that is the topic for the next class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I hope I'm able to do it in the right time. Because I know sometimes I feel that there is a time bomb on my tail. 6 minutes. Any question, please, even though I don't have that capability to answer the question, but yes, I will try if any questions are there. If no, thank you very much to all of you for patiently listening to the class and tolerating me. Hare Krishna.
Gayatri mantra? Yeah, we should not. Gayatri mantra we should not say in open. Gayatri mantra is a very pious mantra. If you want to say Hare Krishna Mahamantra, yes. Gayatri mantra, just for your information, very very big path. थोड़ा इसको हल्का सा यहाँ लेके आ जाओ. क्या होगा? गायत्री मंत्र? अच्छा मेरे मेरे कान कान में. ओके 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 बोल आ जाओ आ जाओ. आप शुरू करो. रुको रुको ऐसे ना. Very good, very good. होती रहती फालतू.
अब एक बार गाएंगे ना फिर एडजस्ट कर दूंगा.
अगर आपको लगे ना ये तो ये आप निकाल के अपने उसमें डाल देना. अगर आपको लगे आवाज़ ठीक नहीं आ रही. खड़े होके. नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे. प्रेम से बोलिए हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा रामा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. बोलिए बोलिए, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. बोलिए बोलिए Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Actually, we'll do the Prem Devani again. Jai Vishwa Brahmaspachari Sosasa Divine Grace Shila Isi Bhaktivanta Swami Shila Prabhat Ki Jai. Jai Vishwa Brahmaspachari Sosasa Divine Grace Shila Bhaktivanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhat Ki Jai. Sama Veda Bhakti Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandari Hari Bo. All glory some devotees Hare Krishna. All glory some devotees Hare Krishna. All glory some devotees Hare Krishna. All glories Shri Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishwaya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravana Vicharine Nivishesha Srinivadi Pashta Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Katadar Svasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Sapa Punyavatan Rajan Vishwasane Vajayate Sariya Vidya Jal Dwatendre Heta Heko.
Jive Fede Visaya Sagore Tara Mata Juayati Loba Maisa Dharmati Take Jate Katina Samsare Krishna Baya Dayamoy Kori Bara Jiva Jai Swaha Prashadana Dilobai Sayanamrita Pao Radha Krishna Ganagao Preme Deko Shri Chaitanya Nitai Preme Deko Shri Chaitanya Nitai Jai Mai Jai Nitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Mahaprasadam Ki Jai